my brain can be quiet over a problem which I've thought about, and I suddenly say, well, I won't think any more about it, and there's a certain amount of space. In that space, you solve the problem.
Yes. Now, if the mind is silent and is not thinking of a problem, then there's still the space is limited, though.
Yes.
But it is open to
the other,
to the attention. Now, would you say the mind, through attention or in attention, and the mind is contacting the brain?
Yes. When the brain is not inattentive.
So what happens to the brain?
What happens to the brain, which is to act, right? Which is to wait. Let's get it clear. We said intelligence is born out of compassion and love. That intelligence operates when the brain is quiet.
Yes. Does it require operate through attention?
Of course.
Yes. So attention seems to be the contact.
Attention. Actually, attention, we said too. Attention can only be when the self is not.
Yes. All right. Now, you say that the love and compassion are sort of the ground far. And out of this comes intelligence. The intelligence through attention.
Yeah, functions through the brain.
And this intelligence. So let's say there are two questions. One is the nature of this intelligence, and the second is what does it do to the brain? You see.
Yes. So let's see. That is, we must again approach it negatively. Love is not jealousy and all that. Love is not personal, but it can be personal.
Well, then it's not what you're talking about.
Yes. Love is not my country, your country, my God, I love my God. No, it's not that.
Well, if it's from universal mind.
That's why I say love is something, it has no relationship to thought.
Yes, and to particular, it does not start in the particular brain, right? Originate in the particular brain. Right?
It's not my love.
Yes.
When there is that love, out of that there is compassion, and there is intelligence.
Yeah. Now this intelligence, right? We have to, the nature of this intelligence. That is what this intelligence is able to, if I could use the word understand deeply, I don't feel what.
No, not understand.
Well, what something.
Wait, let's look at.
Let's see. What will it do? Does it perceive?
Through perception it acts.
Yes. Now, what is that? But see, perception of what?
Perception. Now let's discuss perception.
Mm-hmm.
There can be perception only when it is not tinged by thought.
When it's not
tinged or when there is no interference from the movement of thought, there is perception, which is direct insight into a problem.
Yes. Now,
or into human complex.
Yeah. Now, this perception originates in the mind.
Does the perception originate in the mind? Let's look at it. Yes, when the brain is quiet.
Yes. Now, but we use the words perception and intelligence. Now, how are they related, or what is their difference?
Between perception and intelligence?
Yes.
None.
No. So we'll say intelligence is perception.
Perception, that's right.
Intelligence is perception of what is, right? And through attention,
so
there's contact.
Let's take a problem, and it's probably easier to understand. Take a problem of suffering. Human beings have suffered endlessly through wars, through every kind of disease, physical disease, and through wrong relationship with each other. Man has suffered greatly. Now, can that end?
Yes. Well, I say that is the difficulty of ending that is that it's on the program. We're conditioned to this whole thing, right?
Whole thing.
And it's physically and chemically
We are
registered.
conditioned.
Yes.
Now, that has been going on for centuries.
Yes, so it's very deep in some way.
Very, very, very deep. Now, can that suffering end?
Yes, and it cannot end by an action of the brain, because the brain is caught in this suffering,
Of course
and it cannot take an action toward its own
Of course
suffering.
it cannot. Thought cannot end it.
Yes, because thought has
created this.
created it in any way it is unable to get hold of it.
Yes, thought has created the wars, the misery, the confusion, and thought has become prominent in human relationship.
Well, you see, I think that people might agree with that and still think that thought might still, as thought can do bad things, it could do good things. You see,
No,
I think
thought cannot do good or bad. It's thought.
It cannot get hold of this. Thought cannot get hold of this suffering. That is, this suffering being in the physical conditioning of the brain and chemical. Thought has no way of knowing